Peter passed away 3 years ago, and Lisa is now on a mission to help other couples living with Alzheimer's. Greene County has a new bike trail. Here is the new route. The paved trail is a mile long and stretches from Yellow Springs to Agraria Farm. The village says it will give people an easier way to travel from Yellow Springs High School to the farm. Cancer survivors were spotlighted throughout the Bengals' Crucial Catch game today to raise awareness for cancer prevention through routine screening. The Bengals teamed up with Kettering Health for the event. Survivors participated in different ways, from singing the national anthem to a moving halftime show where they rang a bell to celebrate being cancer-free. And today was a busy day for Bengals and Browns fans. Let's take a look at how our teams did. First up, the Bengals versus the Ravens. Joe Burrow threw a career high of 5 touchdowns during tonight's game that went into overtime, but Lamar Jackson threw 4 touchdown passes and led a comeback that had the Ravens winning 41-38. The Browns faced off against the Commanders. Sadly, Cleveland has continued its losing streak of 1 win and 4 losses. They just couldn't keep up after the Commanders started strong with 7 points in the first quarter. They lost 42-13. Every Sunday through the Super Bowl, John Bedell and Larry Hanskin will walk you through everything Bengals and Browns. From a look at who's hot and who's cold, the latest on the injury report, and some football trivia. They have you covered. The Orange Zone starts every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Today is the first day of Fire Prevention Week. This year's campaign theme is Smoke Alarms, Make Them Work for You. Here are some tips to keep you and your family safe. Install smoke alarms in every bedroom, outside each separate sleeping area, like a hallway, and on each level that includes the basement of the home. Test smoke alarms at least once a month by pushing the test button, and replace all smoke alarms once they are 10 years old. Weather specialist Nick Dunn joins us now. Nick, you were actually at a firehouse for part of your day today, right?
Yeah, it was. I spent a little bit of my afternoon up in Vandalia at one of their firehouses off of Rogers Pike. And let's take a look at some photos that I was able to take a look at today. We spent some time there, got to talk with some kids about some weather safety and tornado safety. Also got to see some of their equipment there. You can see we talked about some tornado safety. It's been a pretty big and hot topic here across Ohio this year. And, of course, always nice to take storm track out. So I had some fun doing that. Meanwhile, today, if you stepped outside, it was very warm. In fact, we got pretty close to a record. Let's take a look at that. We made it up to 85 degrees this afternoon. Now, the record for this date is 87, set back in 1963. So I don't foresee this number changing based on the observations that I've taken a look at today. I think that official high will actually verify at 85. But nevertheless, not too far from record for today. Certainly felt more like summer compared to October. But now we've got that cold front that has come through and has really knocked our temperatures down. In fact, we're sitting at 65 degrees right now. A live look into Miami Township shows dry roads, and we have a clear sky out there right now. It is still a bit breezy, though. Winds out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour. But the more important number earlier today, these dew points were in the middle 60s. Now they're down in the 30s. That's a sign that that cold front has really zapped our atmosphere of any moisture, and thus we can expect dry air for the entire work week with no rain in the forecast. Here's a look at live Doppler 7 radar for us late tonight. A bit on the mild side for now, but as colder air continues to work in, I do expect we'll drop down into the 40s overnight. We're currently sitting at 63 in Troy and in Eaton, 66 in Xenia, and still 69 degrees there in Wilmington. It is a bit on the windy side, winds out of the northwest as we're seeing that cold air advection starting to take over into the Miami Valley, and that cooler air aloft will eventually make its way down to the surface. But sustained winds right now between about 5 and 15 miles per hour. That's going to set the stage for a really nice start to the work week. Our weather is quiet, but we are tracking Hurricane Milton, sitting now as a Category 1 hurricane. This pressure at 977 millibars has dropped substantially today. And as we look at the latest track on this storm, still projected to become a Category 4 hurricane as we get towards even potentially as early as tomorrow evening, and then potentially weakening down to a Category 3 just before landfall, but still a very significant storm expected for Florida. You notice this cone takes it back out to sea, and our high pressure keeping any potential of Milton from even trying to come to our area. We have no rain chances in the forecast for the entire work week across the Miami Valley. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, certainly a jacket first thing in the morning with temperatures in the 40s, but make sure they bring that jacket home for the afternoon, though. Temperatures only getting to the upper 60s, and they're going to need that jacket for the entire week. Overall, a crisp fall days in the forecast. Here's a look at Futurecast. We have clear skies to get your Monday started, but during the afternoon highs, nobody getting to 70 degrees tomorrow. That's actually a bit below average for this time of the year. If you like the cooler weather, here's a look at Tuesday morning. How about some lower 40s? and even a couple spots maybe in the upper 30s, so the kids will want the jacket again there on Tuesday morning. Here's a look at my Storm Center 7-day forecast. Plenty of sunshine the entire week across the Miami Valley. A picture-perfect week of fall-like weather. Afternoon highs in the 70s, pretty mild, and overnight lows a bit on the cool side there in the 40s.
A new AI update from Microsoft. The changes to make the chat more personal for users.